Hey everyone, it's me, the Dog Fanatic, and welcome to week 1 of PPL Season 4. This week we're here against Kelyl, also known as Under the Radar, the coach of the Maryland Torterrapins. Very scary opponent for the first week of the PPL season, and a very scary draft. We've got the likes of Gouging Fire immediately in week 1, Terra Lucario. There's all sorts of absolutely terrifying threats in this team that we are facing this week. Hopefully editing me will remember to put a screenshot of the matchup on the screen if I haven't already at this point. And then I'll also try and remember to put something beneath me with I don't know, a simplified matchup, just so you can see that while I'm talking through the team building that I have made. Let's get into the team that we have brought this week though. First up, we've got Torterrapins. I'm not bringing the little turtle form, I am bringing the normal form, but this is just from a Jenny perspective. I needed to have it in this form. Kelyl doesn't have a... well, no, hang on. Kelyl has a ghost type. It's a Rotom. There is also Terra Florges, so if I feel there is going to be a ghost type, or a steel type potentially, then it could be that Florges that runs a Terra to check this thing. Now, Terra Starstorm is going to be on the set every week, it's just incredibly strong stab. Rapid Spin, Kelyl has the Hisuian Samurott, so I feel like Spin is kind of necessary. Kelyl also has very good hazard removal himself. I believe he's got Cyclozar. And I want to say Quaquaval, but I don't think he has got the Quaquaval in his draft. That might just be someone else's who I was helping build against for another league at some point this week. So we are running Spin with heavy duty boots, a very standard combination because obviously it keeps the Terra Shell intact as well, which is really important. Next we've then got Toxic. This is a toss up between Toxic and Dark Pulse because I thought a ghost type could come to actually kind of wall off this set, and in the end I decided to go for Toxic because it could also help with a really fat Gouging Fire. If it tries to set up or anything, then that will slow it down. But to go along with that setup, we've also got Roar. Shout out to Ellie for this tech on Torterrapins this week over the likes of Rocks or that Dark Pulse that I mentioned. Roar is really nice for all of the setup threats Kelyl has got on his draft. So like I've already mentioned, Gouging Fire. There is a Terra Lucario, there's also the likes of Ogerpon, there is a Hisuian Samurott that can Swords Dance. There's all these setup threats on Kelly's team, and I think Roar is a really nice contingency move to have along with the Terra Shell and Heavy Duty Boots combo. Again, kind of I can then make the decision, do I need to get a last minute Roar off? Or do I desperately need to stop a Gouging Fire sweep just so I can reposition myself? Or do I need to get a Toxic off on something that's really bulky? Do I need to click Spin to get rid of hazards to allow something like my Weavile in? Spoilers, Weavile's in the team this week. So I've got all these things. Or do I just click Terra Starstorm for some damage? I am modest max special attack. It's going to be doing some damage. Not quite as much as if it was obviously something like Life Orb or Choice Specs, but it's still damage. So that's the kind of thinking behind the Torterrapins this week. Enough speed here to outspeed anything at plus. While I'm at +1, it'll outspeed this entire draft. Unless there is a Choice Scarfer or something that's at +1 speed like Trailblaze Ogerpon. But Trailblaze Ogerpon, I can take hits from. Probably 2 actually with this investment, and just hit back with 2 Terra Starstorms or a Spin into a Starstorm or a Toxic or a Roar if it's trying to set up in my face. So that's kind of my thinking behind Torterrapins this week. Next we've got Volcanion. It is Terra Water. Terra Water just allows me to click Steam Eruption and just do a lot of damage to things. Kelly's resistances to water are weak to fire, so that generally is kind of how it works. Like ice doesn't resist water. What am I about? Grass resists water, and obviously it's then weak to flamethrower. The Samurott is obviously quite a check to this, but it runs the risk of getting burnt, which means it can't do a lot to me in return because I am a Volcanion. I have a stupidly high defense stat. So it wouldn't be doing much to me in return. I've got the Spin obviously to get rid of the spikes if that's what it decides it wants to do to set up on me. Can't click any of its water moves like flip turn to maintain momentum. So, like Flamethrower and Steam Eruption are all I need. It's one of my good answers. I say like good answers, good mons into the Gouging Fire. With this investment, Terra Water, Steam Eruption will always at least do 50% to max HP, max special defense. Gouging Fire, if it's offensive, it will then have a very good chance to do some damage, kill after rocks, which is impressive. And even then, it will still do like 40% to Ogerpon or Samurott. But I don't want to Terra immediately. I think that's more of like a contingency plan kind of thing. It's also kind of one of my better answers for Lucario. Obviously, I resist Steel with the water typing and can hit back super effective. I'll probably take a close combat or something as long as I've got a decent amount of HP remaining. So it's just kind of here to be fat, and then Rest and Sleep Talk enable that a bit better. As long as I roll Steam Eruption or Flamethrower, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to something. So that's, don't sleep on this Volcanion set. God, I hate myself. Next up, the second rest user this week, we have got Annihilate. Kelly's got a Gliscor. So we want to be running that Resto Chesto to basically stop him from Toxic Stalling me. I don't anticipate he'll run Dual Wing Beat for this, because that is just going to boost my Rage Fist like out the wazoo. It's going to be ridiculous. Bulk Up looks really good into Kelly's team. A lot of his main offensive threats are physical, so having that increased defense is going to be really nice. And it might also let me set up on like a Protect, for example, from the Gliscor if he wants to scout for my Ice Punch, or if he wants to try and Toxic Storm me, then Bulk Up and Rest can negate that. And then Drain Punch and Rage Fist is just really strong stab moves. Obviously Drain Punch allows for strong recovery, but that also does decent damage, and Rage Fist, we all know how dumb Rage Fist can be. We are kind of speedy, and this was a deliberate speed creep of something that I cannot remember what. It might have been a max speed. No, it can't have been max speed Hisuian Samurott. I can't remember what it was, but it was something like a base 80 speed or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it was for at this point, because it was over a week ago I built this now. But we are very defensive. Probably could have also ran some special defense, maybe split the defenses a bit more, but like I said, there's a lot of physical offensive presence in Kelly's team, so that's going to probably go a lot further. And then that little bit of attack obviously makes my moves hit just that little bit harder over the course of the game, especially if I can get some bulk ups going with boosted Rage Fists. Then the attack investment doesn't really matter because it's Rage Fists. So yeah, that's the what was it called? Annihilate. It's right there on the screen. I still can't remember. Next we have got the Pheasantipity. This is my best check to the Ogerpon. I obviously resist the grass type stab. It's just the standard Ogerpon, so just grass type. So U-turn doesn't do a lot. The best thing they'll have to hit me is Stomping Tantrum. I'm physically defensive. My special defense is ridiculous without much investment. So going mostly physically defensive is my best play here. It could also be the difference between taking a hit from Gouging Fire and then potentially getting a poison off with like a U-turn or a Play Rough or a Gunk Shock, to then potentially end that sweep or slow that, like limit that sweep. And Rooster's obviously there to like help with the longevity along with the Black Sludge. I want to say Kelly had something that can make Toxic Spikes, and that might be another reason why Pheasantipity's here, but I feel like Pheasantippity overall is just a really nice check. Struggles into the Lucario, obviously, because there is the Stab Steel. It is probably one of my best fighting type resistances, but if it's got strong steel stab as well, then that's obviously not the case. My best answer to Lucario is probably the Annihilate this week. But yeah, this is basically here for Ogerpon, to stop Ogerpon from doing Ogerpon things and going absolutely stupid with Trailblaze, Swords Dance, etc. This will, I think this takes, depending if it's obviously got like a lot of offensive investment in the item, I think it can take a plus for Stomping Tantrum. If not, it definitely takes a +2. So yeah, and at that point I can then get a U-turn off to then pivot out into something that's faster and do a lot of damage, or I can Gunk Shot to try and go for the strong kill option if it's obviously in range. So yeah, that's Pheasantippity this week. Next up we've got Weavile. Went through a few iterations of sets on this, but after speaking to Amber, she convinced me just to go, hey, Choice Bandit and just click Ice Moves all game. Kelyl has obviously got a couple of ice resists in his team, but the main ones are Hisuian Samurott and Lucario. Now, I don't think Lucario is really a nice resist, especially as it's a Terra captain, so if Terra isn't something that isn't steel typing, then that's also going to be terrifying for it. I do have to be careful of upper hand, so that could be some mind games. Sorry, my cat has decided to start to crawl on my lap. So I have to be careful of upper hand, but also bullet punch as well. But otherwise, like, a lot of Kelly's main things are either weak or neutral to strong ice. So like I've already mentioned, there's a Gliscor, there's an Ogerpon, there is other stuff that is weak to ice that I've forgotten what he has on his draft. Basically, if I want to go for a raw damage, Triple Axle is there. If I want to go for something that's a bit more reliable, then there's Icicle Crash. Even though it has a lower accuracy, obviously it hits once, so it can't have more opportunities to miss. Ice Shard is strong priority endgame if I do like Toxic the Gouging Fire, for example. Ice Shard can come in and kill it off before it can kill me with a Heat Crash if it's, Dragon Danced all the way up. And then, and also I've already mentioned, there's a lot of things like the Ogerpon. It's a nice contingency for Trailblaze Ogerpon too. So, like, these 3 ice moves, like, cover off a lot of different scenarios nicely. And then it's just knockoff, like, knockoff is knockoff. If it's not doing a lot of damage, it's getting rid of something's item. So that's just really useful utility. We're enough speed to outspeed the Cyclizar. That's what else is weak to ice. That's what I was trying to think of. And that is Kelly's fastest mon outside Iron Bundle, which I haven't mentioned yet. But I really don't see Iron Bundle coming. One, I have a Volcanion, which it quad resists ice and is immune to water. Freeze Dry is neutral. So this is quite possibly the best answer to an Iron Bundle you can find in terms of typing and ability. I've also got an Annihilate, which will definitely take a hit, but also probably just kill it and return the Drain Punch. I've got a Pheasantipity, which has got the bulk to take 2 Hydro Pumps if it's not Specs. Even if it is Specs, Mod is Specs, I have a good chance of living 2. If I'm max special defense, so you have to consider that as well. I do have a Shaman, so obviously I'm slower, but if I then do outspeed, like Scarf Shaman for whatever reason, again, that's a dead bundle. So I feel like bundle is probably not great into me. I have to definitely think about it, but I don't expect it to come. There is also the Terrapagos, which obviously will probably just one-shot it in return with Terra Starstorm, and live a hit because of Terra Shell, and it's just natural, disgusting bulk. So Weavile is kind of like my breaker. Every time it gets a free switch in from like a U-turn from Pheasantipity, or if I get a correct prediction, then I can get in a really good sort of spot and give myself momentum for the game and try and keep control of it with Weavile. And then finally, we have got a Shaman. It's a very standard Shaman. I say very standard Shaman. It's just a really fat, physically defensive Shaman. I originally had Jirachi here, also as Terra Water. Not necessarily to be the Terra Captain for the week, but just as an option for Gouging Fire, just as an option for Lucario. But in the end, we went for Shaman with Helmet, mainly because, like I've said, there's a lot of physical offense in Kelly's team. The Hisuian Samurott and the Ogerpon are kind of nicely checked by this. Obviously, there's U-turn, but other than that, it doesn't really do a lot. Seed Flare and Earth Power cover a lot of Kelly's team. Obviously, I can't really touch the Ogerpon, so if Ogerpon does decide to set up, then it could be a bit of an issue, but that's why we have the Ice Shard on Weavile. We also have the Terra Shell that I've already mentioned a million times in this video. Leech Seed is there because it's just nice, and a nice annoying move to click, and Synthesis just for more longevity as well, because obviously you have Helmet. I did consider running Rest on a third one this week, but that's more of a... I guess it's quite common on Shaman because obviously with Natural Cure, that would work out as a nice little combo there. I also considered Air Slash just for the Ogerpon, but I kind of think I have a lot here for the Ogerpon that I don't really need to worry about actually being able to do much damage to it with Shaman. If it's Substitute, then Sub Trailblaze, then it could be a problem. But it would need to be Sub Trailblaze, Swords Dance, and High Horsepower. If it's not High Horsepower, it can't touch Pheasantipity. So if that is the case, then I can obviously go into this, U-turn out, break the sub, and then go into the Weavile and kill it off with a nice shard. So that's the team this week. I did want to bring Jirachi I don't think there was much other contention, like other than these. Like I think these five here were like instant locks. The last one was up for debate, but that is the team for week 1 against Kelyl, and let's just get into the battle. If you did enjoy the team builder, or you're looking forward to this battle, then obviously make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and I will see you on the flip side. Okay everyone, I've remembered to click record. We are here for week 1 of the PPL. Terrasteel Lucario. Interesting. So no Florges. Okay. Lucario could be kind of scary. But we'll see how this goes. We are physical shaman, so we might have to just use that as our Lucario answer, I guess. We have got Annihilate though, which, you know, kind of kills it, and well, Turtle won't kill it, but Turtle will do a lot of damage. So get my Johns out of the way. I'm very sunburnt, as you can see. I'm very tired as I've been doing tiling. So Lucario, Cyclizar, Gouging Fire, Hammerot. There is no Iron Bundle. Oogapon and Gliscor. So this man has like no switch-ins to like Steam Eruption. I was originally Choice Spec Steam Eruption. I think I was always going to lead with Volcanion. I'm not going to Terra. I am Terra Water on it, but I'm not going to, because his lead is either Cyclizar or Oogapon, I feel, or Gliscor. So I think we'll go with that. That was the plan, like all along. I didn't really have like a dedicated lead, which was probably like not great. I'll be honest, like I haven't put too much planning into this because I kind of forgot the season was like approaching. So, oh, I better say good luck to Kelyl because I hadn't said good luck. So Harada is the Samurott. So he's going to get up his spikes. Do I just click Steam Eruption and try and get a burn? I am Boot Spin, so like I don't mind if he gets up spikes, because he doesn't have a ghost, so I can just spin. I'm just going to Steam Eruption. I'm modest. We'll see how much this does. I could get a burn. Like Ceaseless Edge is always going to be the play. I can always go into Shaman after that. He does Ceaseless Edge. That does a crit turn 1. Brilliant. So we do Steam Eruption. Can I at least get a return burn? No, of course not. Right, we'll go into Shaman. He can set up his spikes, but that's fine. So he switches out into what? Ghost Rider, what are you? If you've just gone hard Gliscor, no, you've gone into this. Okay, that's fine. So this is probably AV then. I'm thinking this is AV. Let me just put AV question mark next to it. So I am Helmet, but he's going to be Regenerator. What do you go into on this? You go Gouging Fire, you could go Oogapon. It's Fire or Oogapon, right? You could fear Dazzling Gleam here. I could click Leech Seed just to scout. What you're going to do and get some health back. Or I click the Sea Flare button. Let's click Leech Seed. You can just click U-turn. You click not, so you get rid of Helmet, which isn't great. But watch me miss this Leech Seed. We do land, which is nice. I feel like you're going to U-turn here. Now the helmet's gone. I didn't really have anything else I wanted to switch in. I mean, I could have gone into the Annihilate, to be honest. And I could actually go into the Annihilate here. I think he's clicking U-turn, right? Into what? The Oogapon? I am bulky on this. So I think I'll just go into this. If he decides to just like double edge or something, then that's fine. But the more I can get Rage Fist boosts, the better. Like his Ghost immunity is this, which is fine. So you do got U-turn, so you get one boost on the what's it called? You get a boost. Now, I don't know if I'm going to outspeed this team. I don't know if I'm going to outspeed a lot. So what's this? Yo Gliscor. Okay, but hear me out. I bulk up. You damage me. I am Resto Chesto. Like, if I get some bulk ups going here, this thing's going to be a real problem for him. So if he's like toxic or something, that's fine. I should outspeed this unless it's speed invested. If he wants to dual wing beat me, then that's okay. It's going to give me an insane Rage Fist to just sort of like just click Rage Fist. I am bulking up, so you toxic me. That is fine because I am Resto Chesto. So I think I click bulk up one more time because this is a very, very physically offensive team. I bulk up, take a hit of something. Let me check and see how much Rage Fist does. Annihilate. I bulk up again. He could taunt me here actually to stop me from resting. He does taunt me to stop me from resting. So I think I'm going to click Rage Fist once. How much is that going to do to this Gliscor? Because I'm only at +1. Let's just say you're max defense, right? Rage Fist is base 100, and I am +2. Rage Fist is going to be a potential 2-hit KO. I'll click it once and then I'll swap out. He protects. Okay, he's just this set, which is horrible. So what's your last move then? What is your last move? Okay, I need to swap out because I can't rest. Thing is, what do you click? I go into this. Wait, so actually, I think my Shaman beats this. Next time we just click rest with Annihilate. I need to keep it healthy so I can get that rest off. But the bulk up taunt, the taunt is really annoying. If he's not max defense, then like it could be a slight throw because Rage Fist at +2 does a lot. But if I get one more hit, another Rage Fist boost, then I will be in a good position. So you withdraw, you're going back into your. Oh, you're going into this. Well, this makes me look very good. I'm just gonna Sea Flare. You could go into. You could very well just go into your Gouging Fire here. You go into this. So the fact I don't have. Can I get a special defense drop? No. What are you? Leftovers? Are you sub? Are you sub? I mean, I go into this. And I'm triple axle, so it wouldn't... Unless it's got Trailblaze, but I've got Ice Shard. So as long as this thing isn't behind the sub, I can like, wear it down. I've also got Terrapagos. So you do U-turn. What do you go into after this? What do you go into? Lucario? Lucario will outspeed me. He goes into this. Okay. So, is my Annihilate faster than my Pheasant Dictate? 264. 234. Gliscor with no speed is 226. So I could find out if he has speed investment here. Let's U-turn. He taunts, that's fine. So this thing's faster, so it's got some speed. Some speed. It's Volcanion. No, I could go Weavile and just click Banded Triple Axle. Yes. Does he have a switch in? His switch in is Samurott. Or Lucario. So Samurott, Hisui. So uninvested takes 52 to 61% from Triple Axle. If it's max HP, the only issue is if it's helmet, that's really bad. Icicle Crash might be a roll if it's max HP. I'm just going to click Icicle Crash. He's probably going to protect to scout what I'm going to click. And he switches out. This is going to do a lot to anything. Yeah, he goes into this. Is it Scarfed? Is this a Scarfed Samurott? You hit an Icicle Crash, so that's something. That's a 2-hit KO. It's a crit. That's a very bulky Samurott. No? Yes? 252, 252. Icicle Crash crit. I've got crit. It could be an Icicle Crash crit, or it's not defensive. And if it's not defensive, it's looking like it's going to be close. I'm going to go Fez, because I think he's going to try and click Ceaseless Edge or Sacred Sword. Right? I'm physically defensive on Fez. I have got Roost, but he has to fear my Fez, like U-turn or Fairy move. I think Weavile's huge, and I need to... The fact he hasn't really got a normal resist as well, other than Lucario. Ceaseless Edges, that's fine. So that does nothing. I think... Does U-turn kill? U-turn might kill. It might not. Play Rough definitely will. He could go Gliscor. I'm going to click U-turn. Yeah, he saves this. So I could try and spin now. If he goes into this, so I just go back into Weavile, right? Or do I? He might Toxic. So he'll try and Toxic me if I go into... I think I can afford to take another round of spikes, 2 spikes. But after this, I really need to make sure that I get rid of him, because Weavile is huge for me here. Do I go Triple Axle? No, because I think it's Helmet. I'm just going to go Crash again. I'm banded. He has to pick something. I haven't got hazards on my team this week, and it would be really nice if I did. So the thing is, right, I don't actually know if this could beat my Annihilate, because I'll be asleep. So he can continuously taunt me, but at that point I'll just keep clicking Rage Fist. He might have to just click EQ on me or something. So I can always get... I mean, I have to click Rest next time, so he'll click Taunt on me. I outspeed, so I should be able to get a Rest off on this. If he lets me have it, then that's interesting. So yeah, he goes into this. I'm going to miss the Icicle Crash. I'm sure of it. Nope, hit. That should kill. It lives. You're so bulky, right? I'm clicking Icicle Crash again. He hit. That's great. So this thing's gone, right? So I need to keep Weavile. Weavile's staying. I think he goes Gouging Fire. Right? I think he goes Fire here. If he does, I have to go... I could go hard Turtle. Because if he DDs, I can roll Anubis. That's Lucario. Terra Steel. I mean, I think it has to be Shaman. I don't really know what else I can do. This thing is terrifying. I think it's the +2. It ain't gonna be a good chief. Depends what item it is. If it's Life Orb, I might just have to try and stall out Life Orb. I mean, I haven't got Earth Power, on the turtle, which is bad. He might think I have the Earth Power on the turtle. So I think Shaman's going to go down here. If he clicks Swords Dance, that's terrifying. He clicks Swords Dance. Okay, it's a real shame I don't have Helmet anymore. I think I have Earth Power on. I just have to click it. He misses the Meteor Mash. That could be huge. I'm clicking Earth Power. That does a lot. And we get the Spadef drop. So now I can go into the turtle and click Terra Starstorm after this. Hits the Meteor Mash. That's okay. That miss is huge. That miss is definitely huge. But it kind of makes up for the crit that he got turn 1. Not that the crit mattered as much as that miss, but we go into this. And he has to switch. So he gets rid of his, what's its face. I click Terra Starstorm. I can't mess around in front of this. I can't. I mean, I might outspeed it at +1. You're not. What's the maximum you can be? 306. So at +1. I am 387, so I could spin. I will spin. So I will outspeed this. He CCs. He Terra... Yeah, what's his face? Or he could EQ, actually. This could be a throw. Ooh. So if he has E-speed, then I've probably just thrown this. But I could... that spin done so much. I could... I shard this. So that's something. We Terra Starstorm. We'll see if he's got E-speed or Mach Punch or Bullet. Bullet Punch could be something. I am bulky, but it's +2 Terra. Extreme Speed. We live. That could be very nice. So Lucario goes down. Terrapagos got the spin-off, which it needed to do. Shaman died, but Shaman was kind of here for the Samurott. I think as long as Ogerpon is here, and as long as Weavile is alive, then Ogerpon isn't as much of a threat. Dominion, what are you? Lucario went 1-1. Do I Terra Starstorm you? Are you Scarfed? I Terra Starstorm you. I'm not messing about. That did nothing. What berry is that? Maranga berry. UDD in front of me. Oh no. That's all I can say to that is oh no. I'm going to click Toxic in case. Do I click Toxic or do I click Raw? I'm going to click Raw in case he tries to heal. If he clicks Morning Sun, Chef's Kiss. But I don't see this going well for me here, lads. I think Gouging Fire is about to go on one. Because my thing is, though... No, he must outspeed me. DD's it. Come on, he got greedy. He got greedy. The raw tech. And I think I might outspeed everything. So the Gouging Fire got greedy. The raw, thank you Ellie for that suggestion. What's he going to go into? If he goes to Ogerpon, Discord. This works for me too. I'm going to click Terra Starstorm again. I want him to take me out so I can go into my Annihilate and click Rest. Then I have something for the Gouging Fire. I'm annoyed I don't have rocks and anything. I am modest max special attack, so this should do a lot if it's physically defensive. But that roar was huge. The fact he got that greedy. Ghost Rider. Cyclone. How much did you take from this? Quite a bit. I'm going to Toxic you. Because you're just gonna do this over and over again. You're gonna U-turn here, right? I should get initiative from that. No, that's okay. I go Weavile and click a button. It says Ogerpon, this, Gouging Fire. I could click. Can I click Knock? Ogerpon, Gouging Fire, Gliscor. No, I just click Ice. I just click an Ice move, right? I just click Ice Crash. Just click Icicle Crash. That Meteor Mash was... That miss was ridiculously huge. So Terrapagos went down. He lets me have this. Good to know. So this goes down. I went 1 and 1. You go Gouging Fire next, right? Do you just DD me, or do you just try and take me out? You must be quite fat, right? You must be. How much do I do with Weavile Choice Band? Gouging Fire. You must be. Hang on, how much did you take from that Terra Starstorm? You're Spadef as fuck. You really are, because you took that Terra Starstorm really well. So how much does that mean? This thing. How much does this do? Icicle Crash doesn't even do half. If you DD, I'm in trouble. If he DDs here, he wins. If he attacks me, then we might be okay. He crashes. Again, Obi is right. Well, that did nothing. So, Ogerpon is still around, but I've got Weavile and I've got What's-His-Face. You have got Ogerpon, Gliscor, and this. Now, do I just click Terra Water Steam Eruption here? How much does this thing do to me with like Outrage isn't doing anything, I don't think. Hang on, let me just check. So Steam Eruption, if it's max HP, max for death, doesn't do half. Steam Eruption here, if I Terra, does 49.2 to 58.4. I'm gonna go for it, because it's cool. He stays in. Watch me miss a Steam Eruption now. But if he lets this thing get too weak, then I should be okay with Weavile, I think. Morning Suns, we're going to play this game. I am Rest Sleep Talk. He doesn't know this. See how much this does? Just over half. Let's just keep clicking the Steam Eruption button. I don't actually know if Sleep Talk works if your moves run out of PP. Does Sleep Talk work with moves with no PP? Okay, don't miss. Thank you. This thing's dead. Okay, I think Weavile should sweep. Should being the keyword. Now, do you go... If you go Ogerpon, I can't stay in, because you could click Trailblaze. Yeah. You could have high horsepower. Not a lot I can do about that. But we go straight into this. You have to have high horsepower to be able to do anything to me. I take the hit, I click U-turn, I go into Weavile, I click a move. You're leftovers, you Ivy Cudgel. That does nothing to me. You are leftovers. You take a hit. I mean, I could Roost, but I don't see much point in me doing that, so I'm going to go out and do Tantrum. Could I get that Toxic Chain? No Toxic Chain. However, Weavile, 2, Ogerpon, Ice Shard does 71 to 84. You are well within range of that. Even if you're max HP, we click Ice Shard. You die. How much does Gliscor take from this? Let's just say you're 252, 252. Ice Shard does 71 to 84. Don't think it can KO me in return. If it's 252 attack, you have... Facade doesn't kill me, I don't think. Wake. 64 to 76. How much health do I have? 205. 71. So it's actually a roll to kill me if he's offensive. If he's got no offensive investment, then not a lot he can do. He toxics me. Okay, I think that's the game. I don't know if he can. He might try and protect stall me here, which he can try and do if he wants. But I'm just going to click him. Ice Shard. I mean, it's his only win con, so if he protects it, then fair. He might not, because he might not want to drag it out a bit. Yeah, he doesn't want to drag it out, so that's fair. Good game, Kelly. I'm really sorry about that Meteor Mash miss, because it clearly mattered. That miss was, quite frankly, huge. Did Weavile... Hang on, Volcanion killed Gouging Fire. Serapicos killed Lucario. I think Weavile got all 4. It killed Cyclizar, it killed Hammerite, it killed Ogerpon, it killed Gliscor. Yeah. So good game, Kelly. Really sorry about that Meteor Mash miss, because it did matter quite a lot. And I think if Lucario probably would have just ran away over there, because, I mean, Earth Power might still have done that much damage and you would have CC'd me, so Ice Shard might have been able to pick it up, although you would have been able to Extreme Speed me actually, so no, it definitely mattered. Unless my Annihilate Power sped you, which it probably didn't. So yeah, good game, Kelly. You're going to smash this season based on that performance, because I don't think that was your fault. I think the hacks really turned the tide there. So thanks for watching this, guys. If you did enjoy, leave a like, I guess, and subscribe to the channel for some more. This might be my last Draft League for a while, because me and my wife are having a baby in September, and the season should probably end August time. So this might be my last one for a while, so I really want to do well with this. So yeah, make sure you subscribe for the ride, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.